Alright. Eating popcorn, so that's why my voice sounds like this. So make my voice sound a little bit off. Welcome to Need for Speed Payback, another game that I've never actually recorded while I was in my absence. A long time since we've done jump drifting in anything. I think I hit that mile marker, dang it. But anyway, I'm just gonna showcase this a little bit. What I'm gonna try to do here is be smart and do this quickly. Oh boy, I'm gonna hate myself for this. Well, oh yeah, that's right. I actually have to go there. This is going to be rough. Where does it start? Where does it start? Oh, never mind. Yeah, so it's one of those games that I never actually recorded. Now, I did play the prequel to this, Need for Speed 2015 or 16, whichever one it was, 2015 or 16. The title will always skip me. And the funny thing about it is the fact that I actually played that game 3 times. Well, I actually had to restart like 2 more times because the first time I played it, I actually borrowed. I actually didn't have my PS4 yet, so I was literally borrowing a PS4 before I played it. That's one thing. Yeah, the hiccups right now. The second thing is, I am not gonna hit any targets. Forget about that. Oh yeah, when I got my first time was on my friend's PS4. The second time was when I got my PS4. The third time is when I had some data corruption, so I had to refix it. So I had to actually start over again. Just for this game, because this game actually had a lot of problems with it as soon as it came out. But they've kind of worked to fix it a little bit. But yeah, everybody should probably know that I am... Oh wow, I hit the targets already. That's sad. Oh dang it, oh dang it, it's been a while, it's been a while. Also, I'd like to apologize in advance for all the gameplay of these games not really looking, you know, up to date or coordinated. Oh my god, hold up. I'm not gonna restart this, I'm gonna finish it. There's 2 more that are worse than this. I'm sorry if I'm a bit rusty at some of these games. It's just that, you know, with my absence of being away from YouTube for like several months, I kind of thought about the whole why I've been away and all that. I've actually literally just been playing games at home. I just haven't really felt like, you know, making videos. A lot of stuff's been going crazy with YouTube. I mean, that shouldn't affect me though, because I don't monetize any of my videos. That's another thing. Because I mean, if I'm gonna make money somewhere, I'd rather make... Oh shit. It's been a while. If I want to make money with something, I'd rather do it with something I put effort into. Because nowadays, I've just been noticing a lot of people not even taking the effort to really call it a job. I mean, YouTube has its, you know, perks and stuff. You know, it gets people excited about new releases and everything. But lately, you know, oh Jesus, okay, where am I going? I will say that's my fail of the day. I will say that I've noticed a lot more people just calling it more tedious than anything else, calling it difficult. Like, I guess it can be difficult, but when you're sitting down and doing all this stuff, you know, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of a real job, right? Because I remember back when, you know, people were first talking about getting started on YouTube and all that stuff. You know, fuck this up. Everybody was talking about in the beginning, like, hold up. Okay, just making sure my mic is on. Yesterday I forgot to actually turn it on. So I was talking for like 5, almost 10 minutes and it was muted, so. Anyway. Not bad. Okay, pretty bad. Trade this shit in. 111. That just tells me I can make a new car if I wanted to. Anyway, yeah, I remember back in the glorious days of YouTube when this kind of stuff was first beginning on, when a lot of people used to say like, oh, it's really difficult, you know, but you make a lot of good money from it. It's hard for me to understand if that's completely true based on how many people, you know, actually they say it, but you know, anybody can just say something and then not mean it, right? Like I remember when the first thing was said that, you know, I think people were advertising it, you know, make a YouTube channel. You don't want to work a job, you don't want to work hard hours doing stuff, flipping burgers all day or something. You know, get a job from the comfort of your home. Or streaming or something like that. Like on Twitch as well. But then lately, you know, it's easy. And people were saying how easy it was and we're getting a lot more people to do it and everything. And everybody was doing it. And ironically nowadays, it's gotten to the point where that's kind of true. But a lot more people complain about the whole streaming than they do about an actual job. I thought it was supposed to be one thing was supposed to make another easier. I don't see it. But, you know, just the end of an era. Not gonna lie, you know, we've still, a lot of YouTubers from the past that I watched are still, you know, everybody's still as current as they were back then. You know, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, they've been around longer than I've even known. And, you know, even before I started, and they're still going. So that's like, I don't know, I haven't always had access to the internet as a kid, so I think about either 7 or 8 is when I actually first started watching YouTube. But I kind of just, I think YouTube was one of those things I used because I was just trying to find, like, now as a kid, like, I was always about drifting and stuff. Okay, that hurt. Remote controlled cars and everything, so I always used to look up, like, remote controlled drift cars. And those were pretty cool to me. They were actually pretty awesome because a lot of the people who made those videos, in those, okay, where the hell am I? Who used to do all those things, they actually had, the cars simulated to look like, you know, the cars and the tracks, the cars were pretty amazing. They're literally better than real life cars today. A second thing was the tracks. They put effort into the tracks, I swear. I'm not gonna do the challenge. I'm just here to slide today. You know, they made that stuff look like actual Tokyo. Probably not Tokyo specifically, but Japan. They made it look very authentic. They made it look like almost like real life today. Or at least back in the time area Tokyo Drift was in. So pretty relevant, because they had like the little stick, well, not the stick figure, they had like the people and everything. I hate this guy, I hate, what's his name? I hate Mac, because he talks too damn much. He doesn't let me enjoy the, shredding. I don't remember what's his name. Oh man, I keep... I hate that I keep forgetting like every cast character names. The guy from 2015-16 who had like, I guess he had like the MX-5 or something. It was the other African American dude, but he looked cooler than this guy ever will. I don't know, he's a real life dude. He used to drive the Mazda, but it was always about the drifting stuff. I don't know, I liked him better than this guy because he didn't always talk about shit. This guy's just a showboater, and I hate that. Like, I get it's kind of like stunting when you drift. Okay. I was actually just trying to figure out how to do this in general. But I forgot. I like the other guy better because he doesn't talk every time you do something. Okay, now I'm just kind of getting upset with this. Oh, Jesus, now I remember. Okay. We're about to have some issues. That's another thing I like is pop-up headlights, and right at the end. Kind of sad. Okay. I just kind of lost my focus at the end. Camera stuff. But anyway, yeah, I like the other guy better than this guy. This guy just talks too much. It makes me look like a mouse. And how quiet I am. I hate it. Anyway, I guess I should say that you know, all these games have come out, right? And you know, they're pretty popular here and there, but to be honest, you know, by the time you play them all, you start to wonder, like, how long are these games actually going to be popular for, right? You know, this game actually came out at the beginning of this year, or, you know, around about the beginning of this year, right? And, you know, you look on YouTube nowadays, and you'll just, it's, you know, it's just sad to find so many videos with the title of, is dead. You'll see the name of this game and see the words, "It's dead." I'm not in it for the money. I get more money not doing the bet. What does that make sense? But anyway, yeah, that's the funny part. Some of these little challenges on the side really don't help. Got more money for not doing the end challenge than I would doing that. Not doing it, then I would have done. I would only get like 1,000 more if I did the challenge, but if I didn't, which I didn't, I'd get like 5,000. Like, what sense does that make? That's the part I don't understand. I always miss this part of the turn. I gotta rev my car up to actually make it work like goodness. Anyway, got a lot of games on the way. Got a lot of games for this year. I intend to get The Crew 2. I mean, I love free roam games, don't get me wrong. Like, I may not have shown a lot of it, but Need for Speed Carbon was like, if I never actually raced in Need for Speed Carbon, about 90% of the other times I was not playing it for the racing, I was literally just free roaming. There's so much fun to be had free roaming than there is to actually race. I don't know why. I can explain why I'm doing so bad at this track is because I always do it from the other way around. I don't know. Probably free roaming, but still. I don't know. Nowadays, it just seems to be throw your car side. Okay. I guess to get like the best drift settings for a car like this, where 90% of the time I don't hit the wall, it's literally just take the traction control off your tires, just throw your tires to the full drift max, throw off the traction, throw off the balancing to the max, and just pretty much go fast as hell and slide or die and just slippery slide and learn how to control it. So that's literally how you make a car like this. I will one day get that token, but I don't promise it. If there, for anybody wondering why I keep pressing the brake lights, I have a habit of using the brakes because the brakes have like always been in like traditional things. I don't know, I just like the look of it because it makes it look like everybody remembers Tokyo Drift, right? Most of those race scenes in there, they didn't show the taillights, but most of them I just really like seeing Mazda taillights. Because when you're like driving, you just be like, when you look at the back of it, it's just like, oh, it's just a regular car. Then the lights come on, and it's just like, oh hey, I'm a spider sent from, yeah. And then the taillights are always pretty cool. I mean, they're in the same place as they would be on a Veil side. They don't really change position. Just two little lights down there. Probably would not be very useful in America since we have them like right where, you know, the lights are. I mean, for an example, I guess, I think this is a ramp. This is not a ramp. I am so sorry. I thought that was a ramp. Anyway, I'll just say it like this. Whenever your car falls in this game, you know how those emergency lights come on when you put your emergency lights on when you're, I guess, following an ambulance or something. Maybe I can try it here. Oh, that's death. Never mind. I don't know why he runs like that. You know, the little emergency lights. The two emergency lights on this car are actually they're actually beside the two red lights. So they're on either side. So there's literally 3 lights right there. But yeah, I'm a fan of pop-up headlights. What else was I gonna say? The Drift King. Oh yeah, that's right. The guy who's a wannabe Drift King. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking shit. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do this one really quickly because I'm not sure how many seconds I got left. Oh no. Oh no. It's impossible to miss when the little pop-up comes up. But these really don't take that long at all. I literally beat this game in like a week and a half. A week and a half. I just didn't stop playing it. Like, even with making the little, you know, car upgrades here and there, I finished it to finish it so I could have fun after I finished it. And when I heard about because the funny part about this was the whole fact that when this game actually came out, it did not have the Mazda in it. I was actually kind of upset about it. I think me and about the rest of the internet were really pissed because this game actually did not have the Mazda already in it. They had to actually make that a barn, about the equivalent of a barn find. That sucks. And the thing is, they advertise the Mazda in like almost every loading screen. So not having it is just, it's like a slap to the face to any drifting community. You can't just have all these drift things out here and be like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have a Mazda. Then take the Mazda out of the loading screens and we won't try to roast you like an angry mob. Simple, right? It's just pretty saddening. Pretty tragic, really. Disappointment. And I think that's the only L this company took when they released this game. Everybody was pissed about that. I think everybody tweeted about that. Twitter in games is really effective. Most streamers on Twitch use Twitter. Ironic, almost everything uses Twitter, and some people still use Instagram. They used to say Instagram was a little bit dead. I know MySpace is dead. You know, MySpace is really dead when you've never heard about it. It's funny. I also hate the music in this game. Like, in Need for Speed, I'm gonna just call it 16 at this point. Need for Speed 2016 had some really good music, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of that music made you feel like a boss at night. Like, one of the songs I still listen to today in my actual car, I actually got from the soundtrack of that game. Because I'm not usually into rap music, but that song and driving just flowed together so well. So well. And I think 90% of the songs that I ever listen to are from games where I'm just literally driving. I got one song from GTA 5, but granted, it's not really new, it's really old, but I don't know, it's a very comfortable song to drive to. I just felt really comfortable when I drive. So it just makes me feel better. I wish I could punch this man. I don't know why I want to punch him, but anyway. The fact that I got $10,000 for not even attempting the challenge part is just hilarious. Anyway. I'm gonna see if I have enough time to do one more. So, pick something, I guess. I don't want to do the short one. Uphill battle. Why does it feel like it's only 2 seconds? Oh yeah, let me tell you another thing. The funny thing about some of these games that they have is the fact that a lot of them are actually back in 2016, right? There was a lot of these there were a lot of problems with some of these games because a lot of these what am I trying to say? A lot of these games in the series were literally broken because the Lamborghini Huracan was actually the most broken car in any of them. Like, literally, I was trying to figure out one day how a Huracan... Now, it was behind me, too. It was at like 2 million. And I wasn't even at 100,000 yet, and we had just started. And, you know, so I decided one day to just, you know, throw the race and hang back and see what exactly they were doing. And it was funny. Because the funny thing was, the only thing they were doing was... Well, I'll have to backtrack here, but let me show you what they were doing. Now, do understand that, try to imagine what I just did for the entire race, and it's not even a drift car. That's all they did. But yet, that was just giving them so many points, and I was just so confused about it, because I was like, wait a minute. How is this beating me? I've been drifting continuously. How are you beating me, sir? And he was literally beating me by actually not even doing anything, but like, didn't even finish the race most of the time. It's like they got the highest points, right? And when they knew that nobody could actually make a comeback. Okay. It's when they knew that nobody could actually make a comeback on them. It was like, okay, now I'm gonna just floor it and go past you guys. I actually finished the race, but I actually didn't use any skill to drift around you. That's the part I hate. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm going here. I'm going the right way, apparently, but I cannot tell. There's too much breakable stuff. Oh, that's the part of drifting I like. Forza. Yeah, Forza Horizon. I have played a little bit more. I had the first Forza Horizon. I have the second Forza Horizon as well. I wasn't able to get the third one. Thought about it, but then I thought about it again, and it's kind of dead right now. Plus, I don't really play Xbox, so put all those things to the side, and then factor in Forza Horizon 4, and, you know, I might play Forza Horizon 4, because rumors have it that it's probably going to be in either Shanghai, Korea, maybe even Japan, because right now the whole location is becoming an ordeal. People are trying to figure out where it is. I'm also trying to figure out, you know, the release date of The Crew 2 is actually very close. We don't know when it is immediately, but, you know, pretty soon it's going to be out there. yeah, so seeing that'll be a thing, and I'm probably gonna do that because, oh Jesus, I kind of want to see if they put my state I'm living in right now in that game, because I don't think North Carolina, big spoiler, North Carolina has actually been in a game before. Besides all the like plantation houses and stuff, but I think that's Virginia. So I think they completely left out North Carolina. I did play the crew. I never actually made videos of the crew. The only thing I really did in the crew was just take road trips all the time. I don't know. I remember when I first played like the demo of it that they allowed me to do, and they only gave me like so much time with it. I think it was only like a 24-hour demo, right? And the funny thing about it was, oh wow, I actually do not have any upgraded stuff on this gearbox, but that's all right. I actually finished the race before this stuff slid. That is crazy. Yeah, so I mean, I beat the game and I finished it, and I got everything I wanted out of it, but I didn't continue. I think I changed cars. No, that's just my tire smoke. Okay, I might have enough time to do one more race, but I highly doubt it. I'm gonna try to do one somewhere close. None of these are close, but we'll make them work anyway. Good God. Now, I know a lot of you probably curious why I only drive a Mazda. Simple. I only like Mazdas. I only like Mazdas, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. And there's a lot of these tracks just make me cry at the end of the day because they're not really long tracks. This will be my last one. So anyway, I have found all the cars and everything in this, but right now I'm just like, they only have 2 cars that you literally buy in this game. If the whole game's got like scheduled cars that literally like, I don't know, most of the cars that are like fan favorites and everything of this series are literally just off-road, and that sucks. That sucks to me. Knowing how I drive things in a lot of games, knowing about how many times I've driven a Mazda in a game, or how many different games where I've had a Mazda, I just can't do an off-road. I can't do it. That I'm also not going to be able to do. I'm trying to figure out why I'm still going to get more money not doing this stuff. I swear, they want to pay me. They want to pay me. Probably because I'm not in the betting mood, but this just seems a little bit off. But anyway, I remember Grid. Grid was actually a pretty good game. Grid 2 is exponential. The only car I could literally drift was a muscle car. And I don't think they even had an RX-7 at the time. I think that was a DLC car that I got at like the end of the game, and it was still a race car, so it still sucked. But aside from that, I still like the first one with the whole announcer, and he was announcing about how cool it was going. I was only in the Japanese stage, where it was literally in like that dockyard, so it was like really cool down there. Try to do better. I'm doing off-road mud drifting. But this thing actually stops really quickly, and I like that. A lot of cars where you just gotta make their top speed almost the equivalent of a Lamborghini or more, and literally just say F it. We do that and brakes, and then we got ourselves a good, and just throw off the traction, we're good. We don't need it. We don't need it. I may have already done this track before, but it's a good ender. I kind of want to finish what I'm saying before actually, I might not get to. I think this song is by Kanye West. Oh, you remember this from Carbon. They don't let you die in this game, unlike Carbon. Carbon, you just die. Then you gotta get a new car. Maybe twice? I don't know. Usually just not supposed to fall off the edge or you're dead. And that's what made Carbon so challenging. and then almost everybody had like a Lamborghini.